Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Disrespect's career is pretty much over. I believe it's at its twilight, right? This is the last leg of the race for Dr. Disrespect. Look at this right here. He has signed a deal with Rumble. And this, of course, comes after Twitch got him out of there. Then he went to YouTube. Then these allegations came out, which he ultimately admitted to. And then YouTube, they demonetized him. And he went around looking for deals. I think he was trying to get one with Kick. He was trying to do this, trying to do that. And ultimately now he is going to sign, or he did already sign with Rumble, where he is going to produce exclusive content for them. In addition, he is also going to get a percentage of the company, a stake. And ultimately, this is good for Rumble, because as a result of this, look at this right here. After the announcement, Rumble's stock skyrocketed 13%, gaining $233 million in total market value. So this was ultimately a good move for Rumble. For Dr. Disrespect, on the other hand, listen, it's the only thing he can do. You know, this is it. His career on YouTube is over. He can't go back to Twitch. Kick doesn't want him. So Rumble is pretty much it. You know, I think. Well, there's another one. I think there's a party. I think it's called Party Jack Dorsey. You know, that's another one. They got him out of there everywhere. That's another place he can probably go to, but no one knows about it. You're probably the first one that knows about that streaming service, because I just said it. But Rumble does have an audience, right? Rumble is this. It's trying to be a competitor to YouTube. Their whole shtick is like, oh, we're all about free speech. We're not going to censor people, that type of thing. You know, I honestly don't really see the problem with YouTube. I don't think YouTube really is out here censoring people like that. But at the very least, you know, this is something for Dr. Disrespect. I'm a fan of the doc. You know, I ain't gonna hold you. I am a fan of his content. I'm not a fan of the allegations. I'm not with that whatsoever. I think that what Dr. Disrespect did, and let's not even focus on the age for a second here. Let's just talk about the allegations. And ultimately, Dr. Disrespect admitted that there are some truths to these allegations. And the truth is that he was chatting with an individual. Again, let's not even talk about the age. He was chatting with an individual, and sometimes the chats became inappropriate, maybe even flirtatious. This is a married man. This is a married man with kids. You know, he should not be putting himself in a situation where any type of flirtation is even taking place with another person other than his wife. Like, that's not being a good man, you know. And what's really sad about this is because the reason why I like Dr. Disrespect to begin with was because he portrayed this character that was, you know, machismo, you know, masculine. You know, it was a cartoon character of machismo and masculinity, right? I don't like to use the word toxic masculinity. That's not what it was. He was just a man, you know, playing these games in a community full of these children, pretty much. But in order to be a good man, to be an actual man, you need to be in control of your emotions and control of your urges, and you need to put your family first. And you can't do things that puts your family at risk in any way, either from a physical standpoint, right, dangers and stuff like that, or security, financial security. Ultimately, his decisions, his inability to be strong, to not succumb to his physical urges by talking to this other person. I think he's admitted to cheating on his wife before too. I mean, these things have affected his family. I mean, think about it. Because of this situation with this person. Again, I'm not even going to go into the age of this other person. If it's a dude or a chick, I have no fucking clue. But because of that, Dr. Disrespect was removed from Twitch, where he was making millions of dollars. I mean, he had a deal with Twitch. He had a Gillette thing going on. People were playing his songs. You heard the Dr. Disrespect song on NBA games. They He was at the 49er games. I mean, he was on top of the world, tippity top, right? And ultimately, because he was unable to be strong, have discipline, put his family first, and he chose to have these interactions. Ultimately, that's what led to him getting kicked off Twitch. And ultimately, a couple years later, when he's on YouTube trying to rebuild, these allegations come back to haunt him, and he's taken off YouTube. So ultimately, the story here is, ladies and gentlemen, if you are going to be a man, if you're going to be a good man, right? It's not about being the toughest. It's not about being, in control of other people, of your family, things like that. It's about being in control of yourself, having self-discipline. Try and be a good person. I'm not even talking about being a good man. I'm just trying to be a good person with principles that are worthy of our Lord's glory. But anyway, you guys let me know what you think down in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe. Sensational.